amesema leo pale makutano, tukimwangalia ati yeye ni Mumeru na tunamwangalia na macho Sasa wazee wanasema hii mtu uongo wake umefika kiwango ati naambia Wameru yeye ni mume. William Ruto has now become a pathological liar that he believes in his own lies. Ati anasimama pale makutano, ameangalia Wameru namna hii kwa macho, na hawezi ona aibu, na ni Wameru wanaambia ati yeye ni Mumeru.
Mimi ni mtu ya Meru. Hata mimi nitakuwa na makao hapa. Wala wanaongea hivi watafanya nini? Mimi nikihama hapa Meru, kwani Meru si Kenya? Si Meru ni Kenya? Nasikia mimi ni mtu ya Meru. Hata mimi nitakuwa na makao hapa. Wala wanaongea hivi watafanya nini? Mimi nikihama hapa Meru, kwani Meru si Kenya? Si Meru ni Kenya? Nasikia mimi ni mtu ya Meru. Hata mimi nitakuwa na makao hapa. Wala wanaongea hivi watafanya nini? Mimi nikihama hapa Meru, kwani Meru si Kenya? Si Meru ni Kenya?
If you feel that Rigathi Gachagua is the king of political comedy, please hit a like, make sure you subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you can get content like this. Now, there is a battle of supremacy for the Meru. And what we witnessed, that, politics is a game of numbers. And as you have seen the last video, Ruto hired crowds. But when Rigathi Gachagua went to Meru County, you can find the crowd was organic. The crowd did not have, people to mobilize it. They came at their own will. And as you can see the difference, in Ruto's rally, the people were quiet, they were bored, they were just there because maybe they were given some money. And, you have to please your master. That is what you do even when you go to work. You have to be there because of what you have been given. But there were no cheers, there were nothing, no clapping. It was just quiet still. But me, what I wonder, what is the end game of these politicians? Because, as you can see, Rigathi Gachagua was there. Goons were mobilized to disrupt his rally. And as you can see, he even claimed that people were bought new machetes, some people even burnt tires. And as far as everything is concerned, you can find that these politicians don't have the best interest at heart for all the Kenyan citizens. Because when you buy people rungus, machetes, and warlike, weapons, that means they are planning or they are trying to plunge the country in an abyss of violence. And that being said, Rigathi Gachagua was in a church, and here is where this man is really, really humorous. Like the humor that this man contains, even the soprano man cannot match it, because they are already beaten 10-0 home and away. Murima is gone. Sorry to say for people who think KBB will work. In fact, KBB is a very old car, and people like us, the Gen Z, want a new vehicle. The vehicles that are out of, fashion, we don't associate ourselves with. You can listen to this.
Tumetoka kufika maili 3 hakuna mkutano, tumekuta imejaa. Kufika Kangeta imejaa. Kufika Kianjai karibu usiku imejaa. Sasa William Ruto amefika Meru. Anaangalia mtandao, anaona mikutano inaendelea. Wewe Sabrano. Wewe Sabrano. Uliniahidi? Yes sir. Si nilitoa pesa? Yes sir. Si mlinihakikishia? Sasa hii ni mambo gani wewe Sabrano? Si mliniambia hili Riggy-G nikifukuza wiki 3 atakuwa amesaulika? Mimi nimechoka kutoa pesa kwa hii mlima. Mimi mnikubalie niende nikatafute kura Western na huko kwa Wajaluo.
And one thing you need to know, Kindiki is really washed with Omo or Ariel, because every divide of the faction, every political divide, whether in government or the opposition, he's getting used to being slapped left, right, and center when the government which is working for calls for something or needs something to be done by him. There is a difference between what they think or what they perceive and the actual fact at the ground. Now, when he doesn't work according to his boss, because no Kenyan gave him even a single vote for him to be a deputy president. So when the work is not done, he gets called off, he gets abuses. We once had a story, or maybe a rumor, he was slapped by the personal assistant of the president, a very hot slap for that fact. And, on this other side, you find the man, Riggy-G, calling him soprano, all sort of diminishing names. And, it pushed him to a level where he started, trying to show off his masculinity, to make people be aware he's a man. And it never went lightly for him. So he tries to throw some jabs, but for big man like Rigathi Gachagua, those are baby punches. And to make matters worse, Ruto himself made the worst blunder of his career, because, as I can see, Gen Z failed terribly. When I say Gen Z failed terribly, it means that we never had a goal in mind. Because every time we are going to CBD, and I'm wondering, does the CBD or town or any protest that we go, do we know where we are going? Because when you go to vandalize or you walk in the streets, that will not help. If you need to eradicate a man, or if you want to solve a problem, you go straight to its origin. You go straight to the head. When you are killing a snake, when you hit it at the tail, my friend, you are not doing yourself any favor or justice. In fact, you are worsening the situation, because the snake will retaliate. The snake will retaliate, and that will not be good for anyone who does that to a snake. So instead, you should aim for the head, and that is how snakes are usually, disabled or, killed. But us, we usually go to the streets every time with no objection, with no objective, with nothing, instead of going straight to State House, where that is our own house. It is a Kenyan house. It is not built for anyone. It is us who put anyone there, so that he can represent us and air our grievances and work for all Kenyans generally. Now, and this blunder I'm talking about is Ruto traded 5 million votes from the central region part of Kenya. And we can say even around 7 or 8, because when you add the other cousins who are just slightly below the Mount Kenya region, they call themselves Gema, because I heard they added the Akamba community to the Gema, fraternity. That is a very big blunder. To go to the western side of Kenya, particularly the Luo, who normally don't vote as a bloc. Yes, they vote for one person, but they don't come out in large numbers. They don't have the drive to make someone a king. Because if Raila was always on the ballot, but you find the turn-up is 70%, whereas in Central, 99.9% of everyone, even if you are sick, my friend, you will go to vote. And now, he's starting to realize slowly but surely that the ground is gone. And I want you to listen to Riggy-G injecting this man and giving him sleepless nights.
Nifunge mlima. Wangapi wanasema nifunge mlima, Mimi nikuambia wewe Kasongo, hawa watu ya mlima umewasaliti, umewadharau. Mimi nitaongoza hiyo watu ya mlima, na Wakenya wengine tukufukuza uende nyumbani. Huyu Kasongo ni kufinish. Kasongo ni kufinish. Kasongo ni kufinish. Aende asiende.
William Ruto amefika Meru, anaangalia mtandao, anaona mikutano inaendelea. Wewe Sabrano, wewe Sabrano, uliniahidi? Yes sir. Si nilitoa pesa? Yes sir. Si mlinihakikishia? Yes sir. Sasa hii ni mambo gani wewe Sabrano? Si mliniambia hili kijini kifukuza wiki 3 atakuwa amesaulika? Yes sir. Mimi nimechoka kutoa pesa kwa hii mlima. Yes sir. Mimi mnikubalie niende nikatafute kura Western na huko kwa Wajaluo. Yes sir. Sasa
this man is really a comedian. See, wewe Soprano. Like who has the audacity? Like he doesn't fear mtu ya Soprano. Sometimes I just laugh at our political scene, because It is very entertaining, but it is also very violent, and it's very vulgar, as in the languages used. Every time it is abuse after another abuse, and Kindiki is there to get the ass whooping.
Kasemekana atakuja pale showground na wakaashua William Ruto, wewe ndio rais wa Kenya, as long as you are in Meru County, huyo mkabila huyo hata kubaliwa liwe liwalo kuongea hata na watu 10 katika hii county. Soprano akapatiana report kwa William Ruto. Basi sisi tuko tu pale tunakunywa chai, tunakaa, tunasikia wananchi wamejaa. Tukatoka. Kufika pale Mekindori, vijana wamenunuliwa mapapa mpya na huyu mbunge wa Tigania East na mishale. Wameakisha moto pale, kelele. Sisi tumeenda kuona Linturi na mimi, ile mapanga na mishale wametupa one time. Hiyo vijana tumeingia nao kwa mkutano. Hata ndio wanasema one time kuliko wale walikuwa pale. Mkutano umeendelea. Mkutano kubwa. Tukamaliza. Tukateremuka Maua. Vijana wamelipwa pale, wanapiga kelele, tumefika. Kuona sisi wamewachana na ile maneno, wameingia kwa msafara, wanasindikisha mimi pande hii, wala vijana wanasema one time. Tumeenda tumefanya mkutano ya more than 10,000 people. Tumetoka hapo tumeingia Central. The same. Sasa yule mjumbe wa North ambaye ameshindwa kupigana na wezi ya ng'ombe, huyo ndio amejipanga karibu watu 1,000. Ameweka pale Lare. Na watu hao wamesema leo watu watakufa. Amelipa kila kijana 5,000. Sisi tukasema sisi watu ya Mungu hapa ni nyumbani. Hata kama nitakufa, nikufia hapa Meru kwa mama yangu, hata ni sawa. Kwa sababu hata mimi niko na shamba naweza siku hapo. Sema twende. Vijana wamekula mori, wamefuka. Tumefika pale. Kuniona ameweka machoka kando, mapanga kando. Ameingia hapa, kufika pale wameanza wimbo Gachagua nekianagi ya Simba. Tumetoka hapo kufika maili 3 hakuna mkutano, tumekuta imejaa. Kufika Kangeta imejaa. Kufika Kianjai karibu usiku imejaa. Sasa William Ruto amefika Meru, anaangalia mtandao, anaona mikutano inaendelea. Wewe Sabrano. Wewe Sabrano. Uliniahidi? Yes sir. Si nilitoa pesa? Yes sir. Si mlinihakikishia? Sasa hii ni mambo gani wewe Sabrano? Si mliniambia hili kijiji nikifukuza wiki 3 watakuwa wamesaulika? Mimi nimechoka kutoa pesa kwa hii mlima. Mimi mnikubalie niende nikatafute kura Western na huko kwa Wajaluo. Sasa Soprano amekwama. Ndio alikuwa na hasira. Sasa huyu William Ruto amekasirika. Amefura. Ako bitter. Amejua he has lost the mountain. My brother William Ruto, I cannot help you. Don't blame me, I'm not the cause.
Now, before I leave, I just want you to listen to this man of God talking about, what is our problem as Kenyans. And, as I've told you, instead of running around like headless chickens, if we need to make this revolution work, we need to go straight to the head. And now, with no further ado, please like, share, because information is power. And the more people know, or the more people get aware of these things, the more the power we have. And please subscribe if you are new and if you are really interested in content like this. It has been Anonymous Whistleblower. Cheers.
Gen Zs were killed. We're going to be remembering on the 25th, is it? On the 25th, they're going to remember them. Those people who killed those young kids for nothing. Guys who just went with a mobile phone and a flag and a song. They were not armed. They were not dangerous. They were shot like wild animals. Those cops are still going in this country free. And you're praying. What are you praying? Me, I'm not praying. You pray. Me, I'm not praying. I'm not praying again for cops. Anti-corruption. Do what you're supposed to do. Simple. Wild cops. Cops escorting goons. And you're praying for them. You're praying for what? Do you have a system? Do you have a police code? Yes, you do. Do you follow the police code? What are you supposed to be praying if you have a police code? I have been in countries that don't pray like Kenya. And there is order. We need God to touch our head. And don't expect God to do what you're supposed to do for yourself. Simple. The time to hide under prayers is over. Do what you're supposed to do. Let God do what He alone can do. But these are the things. I'm not going to pray to dig. I'm not going to pray to plan. I will plan. What I will pray for is the weather which I cannot control.
Stand by in 3, 2, 1, go.